Hari Om. Welcome everybody to this new session of Learn Ayurveda in Baby Steps. So today's session is very interesting because we will connect few things together in today's session. So in the last few sessions, we talked about first the five great elements, the Pancha Mahabhutas, earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Then in the subsequent session, we talked about the 20 qualities that govern everything in Ayurveda, right? Including the food, the medicines, everything that is around us and inside of us is composed of one or more of these five elements, five great elements. So we talk, and each element have their own qualities, and these qualities exist in pairs, right? In pairs of opposites, and we talked about 20 such qualities in 10 pairs. Then we talked about the three functional humors or the doshas that govern any conscious being, any living being, and the doshas are Vāta, Pitta, and Kapha. And then we talked about the Prakriti, which is the innate body constitution of an individual, which remains fixed since the inception of the sperm and egg until the last breath. So the Prakriti or the body constitution, which can be of 7 types, right? Depending on which dosha or doshas is or are dominant in that individual. So it could be either a single dominant dosha in that individual, Vata, Pitta, or Kapha, or it can be dual dosha dominant, Vata, Pitta, Vata, Kapha, or Pitta, Kapha, or it can be 3 doshas equally dominant in the individual, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, which is the rarest. Now, in these 4 sessions, we never talked about, we never connected the qualities with the elements or the doshas or anything. Now, in this particular session, we will do exactly that. So, we will talk about, instead of talking about the qualities of different elements among the 5 great elements, we will actually talk about the qualities of the doshas, the 3 functional humors, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And since each of these 3 functional humors are composed of 2 of the 5 great elements, the qualities of these doshas will be governed by the qualities of the elements it is made of. So let's begin. First, Vata. Vata is the kinetic energy, and if you remember, it's composed of air and ether. Now the qualities of Vata energy brings in, or the qualities that Vata brings in, are the following: dryness or ruksha, laghu or lightness, because as you can see, air is light, shita or cold, then khara or roughness, right? Then sukshma. Sukshma is subtle or minute because air can penetrate through anything. And finally, chala. Chala means mobile. Of course, Vata moves. So anything that moves in our system, like blood circulation, heartbeat, peristaltic movement of the colon or the large intestine, anything that moves, the blood circulation, anything that moves in our system, chala, mobile quality, that is governed by the Vata doshas. So just to recap, we talked about ruksha, dryness. Then we talked about laghutta or laghu is the lightness. Then shita is the cold, the coldness of Vata. That's one of the main qualities. Khara or roughness. Then sukshma or subtleness. And finally, chala or mobile quality of Vata. Moving on to the qualities of Pitta dosha, which is constituted of primarily fire and a little bit of water. So the qualities of Pitta dosha, qualities are sasneha, means it's with the presence of little bit of unctuousness or slightly oily nature, Pitta dosha, right? Slight unctuousness. Then second one is tikshna. Tikshna is sharp, penetrating, because fire is sharp, it burns everything, it penetrates through deep tissues and all that, the penetrating quality. Then ushna, hot, of course, fire. Then laghu, similar to Vata, the same quality as Vata, because air is light, Fire is also light because when the fire burns, you see the flame goes upwards. So Laghutta, lightness. Then Vishram. So Vishram, that quality, it means acidic or foul smell. So whenever in the system, if you see the presence of foul smell or acidic in nature, anything that is governed by the Pitta dosha, right? Then Saratvam or Saram. So Saram, it means the fluidy nature or the purgative nature, right? For example, if you think somebody has a very sensitive gut, they eat something and they need to purge. They have like a diarrhea kind of motion. So that fluidy nature is governed by the Pitta dosha. So then you would know that that individual is a Pitta dominant person. Their gut is very sensitive and usually tends to the looser side of the motion. And then Dravatvam or Dravam. So the Drava, that means fluidy nature or liquid nature. Drava is liquid nature. So, and you can think of Pitta as for example, ghee in a lamp works as a liquid fuel. So Pitta also you can consider as the liquid fuel to keep our fire sustained in our system. So just to recap, the qualities of Pitta dosha are slight oiliness, sharpness or penetrating property, hotness, lightness, acidic or foul smelling nature, fluidy nature or fluidity, and the liquidity or the liquidness. Okay, so these are the qualities of the Pitta dosha. And lastly, the qualities of Kapha dosha. Now Kapha dosha is the heaviest of among the three doshas because it is made up of two of the five great elements. What are those? Earth and water. So the qualities of Kapha dosha are snigdha, means oiliness and unctuousness. And if you see, this is the similarity between Pitta and Kapha. Both are with the presence of oiliness or unctuousness. Then Shita or coldness. Now this quality of coldness in Kapha dosha is similar to the quality of Vata, which is also cold. Then Gurutva or heaviness. Manda means it's slow and dull, means Kapha people, they take their own time in doing their things. They are slow but steady. Now not only that, in our physiological system also, if somebody has Kapha dosha dominance, then they usually tend to function a little sluggishness, in a little sluggish way. Okay, for example, the digestive system. Then Slakshna or smoothness, for example, smooth skin, smooth hair. If a person has those properties, you can think that they have Slakshna quality, which is the prominence of Kapha dosha. So you can think that that person, by nature, their prakriti has Kapha dosha. Smoothness, Mritsna, you can think of it as softness, mridu, right? Softness or stickiness. For example, for people with Kapha dosha dominance, they will have tendency of generating phlegm in the system or mucus in the system. For example, the respiratory system, which is soft and sticky. So Mritsna quality. And finally, Sthira or stable or immobile. Usually they will be heavier in nature, and so they will not be the persons who will be always on the go like Vata people or even Pitta people also, because both of them are light, right? Vata and Pitta qualities are light, whereas Kapha is more heavier, so they tend to be more stable. They tend to be lay back and take it easy kind of person in terms of their tendencies, right? So sthira or stability. Stability is one of the biggest boons of one of the biggest blessings of Kapha dosha. So just to wrap up the doshas of Kapha dosha: oiliness or snigdhatvam, then shita or coldness or cold, then gurutva or heaviness, manda or slowness or dullness, then slakshna is smooth, mritsna is soft, and sthira, mritsna is soft and sticky, and sthira is stability or stable or mobile. So these are the qualities of the different doshas that govern the prakriti, the nature, the tendency of the people, right, who has the dominance of one or these doshas. So easiest way to understand the functions of the three doshas are to look at, the easiest way is to look at the qualities that govern these three doshas, Vāta, Pitta and Kapha. Hope this video helps you to connect the previous 4 sessions that we talked about. Okay, in the subsequent sessions, we will talk more about the subtle aspects of these three doshas as we move along, how they function in our anatomy and physiology and in our balances and imbalances as we move along with other topics. Thank you for joining today. I hope you have enjoyed this session and I look forward to see you in another session soon. Have a wonderful Sunday. Take care. Hari Om.